Behold, Dragon's Dogma 2.
You had one, Joe.
Just the one.
What happened here? I was looking forward to this game. I go out for dinner with my brother and his wonderful wife and the most adorable niece you have ever seen with my wonderful wife. I come home expecting to get into a cool, fun, amazing game that has been honestly pretty hyped for the last few days. And what do we see? What do we see? What is this? What is this? Mostly negative. Mostly negative. 4,700 reviews. Now, this is super weird. Now, this has been changing like crazy. So this is like, I don't know what's going on here. I've tried to pick up on some of the news on this, and yeah, this is just shocking to come back and suddenly find this. This is so weird. So this game, I was so looking forward to this, and I come back and it's mostly negative. And I look at these reviews, and it's horrifying to see this number. So what exactly is going on here? And what in the world is this stuff? Now there was a bit of a problem here. I came back and I saw this. What is with all these bundles? These bundles weren't here like a couple days ago. I don't remember seeing these bundles, especially these point things. What in the world is going on here? So I look online, I check out some of the reviews. A lot of the reviews didn't mention anything about there being an enormous amount of like these microtransaction stuff, like these coins, these character reset, all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, what is going on here? Absolutely WTF. So apparently, done some digging. There's microtransactions in the game that were not in there until today. That includes apparently, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently this includes a whole bunch of the review copies that people got. This stuff wasn't in the game when they reviewed this. So this is a huge problem. Now, if this is true, and I don't know because I haven't been able to confirm, and I need to talk to somebody who actually had like the early copy to this, which I'm sure this is going to get dissected like crazy. But it seems that they added in on launch day a whole bunch of microtransactions and basically turned on a store that wasn't there before. Oh man, this is literally giving me a headache. Hey, hold on, I'm going to take some painkillers for this because this is like, what in the world? Who thought this was a good idea? You want to have a good game, and then this stuff happens, and I don't even understand why. It's like this game was hype as crazy. You know, this thing costs $95 in Canada. $95 with all of the inflation we've had. $95. So what's going on here? So apparently, according to a couple people, performance issues are terrible, and I'm seeing this in some of these posts. So this is a huge issue. This is obviously very problematic. But that can result in obviously like just review dumps. Like if your game isn't running smoothly at all and you paid a lot of money for it, people are going to be upset. People are going to be very upset. So yeah, need to figure that out. Apparently you can't change or like alter your character after you make it, and you can't change or alter your companion characters. Now I've got some conflicting info on this. Some people say that if you go to your user data and you delete this stuff, then you can make it so that you can redo your character. I've seen some comments, some people were talking about that. Then other people are saying all of the microtransactions are available in-game to obtain versus content, and you don't have to, go through this. So I'm still not like, I'm in a world of shock here. This is ridiculous. the DLC optional options people are crying about and laugh. I got all of my pre-orders. People screaming pay to win in a single player game. So this is the one thing that's killing me, right? And I mean, some people they're defending this. Why is there any pay to win options in a single player game? Like, it's not online. There's no leaderboards. Like, what kind of developer is putting time into online content for a single player game? Like, this is mental to me. Absolutely mental. You can't, this isn't like Fantasy Grand Blue, right? That game came out, awesome game. Absolutely loved it. Really wanted to make a bunch of content on it, but the things have just been absolutely insane right now. So yeah, that seems crazy and frankly stupid, but at least in that game, you could play with other people, and so that makes sense. But why is there DRM in this single player game? I don't understand that either. And that somehow wasn't in the notification when Ash, picked up the game for us to try. Why is it that they've added DRM to a single player game? That there's like, it makes no sense. So, all right. Good game, performance bad. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's also kind of a launch day thing. I hate to say that that's expected, but at this point in reality, unfortunately, that is a common experience. I don't like that. I don't think that's the way it should be. But there are already mods coming out for it. I did check Nexus before it popped on here, and there's certainly a lot more of these mods coming that will come in. And again, like, some people, they hate the idea. They hate the idea of having mods fix problems that the developers should be able to fix. I'll say two things on that. One, that is a fair complaint. Two, not every problem is immediately obvious to people on the development team. You might ask, how is this? And well, it's like, well, probably because there's a lot of different variances on software, hardware, and other things that you could be using. One guy was trying to do, I did see that somebody was trying to do a Linux tweak to make it so that you could make more than one character. And he ended up triggering the de novo, which shut him out of his copy of the game, which is just like, giant, terrible move there. And that sucks. And I will say this for sure, 100%. Whoever made the idea that you could only have one save, and that if you delete your local save, then the hardware backup save on the cloud will just reapply to your hardware and make it so that you can't do that. That's dumb. Let people play how they want to play. Like, just let people play how they want to play. Oh yeah, here it is. Putting together a compatibility guide under Linux Steam required me to use various Proton versions. Apparently each of these counted as an individual PC and triggered the de novo tamper protection. Now I can't play it all on any of my systems for the crime of trying to help people enjoy the game. That sucks. This should be a ticket, and like a fixable ticket request. And yeah, but de novo doesn't care about stuff like that, because de novo only cares about, infecting your, running on your PC and preventing cheaters and hackers and something at an exorbitant cost, by the way, that usually doesn't pay off, because usually when you don't have any kind of DRM, it just works. Like, I will say that DRM, people who make DRM and sell DRM to companies, they're really good at their job. They're not good at making the DRM, but they're really good at selling it to idiots who don't know that, it's not actually that big of a deal. Like, you look at games that don't use it, Baldur's Gate, and it's like, you make a good game, people buy it like crazy. Like, that's literally all you have to do. Like, it's mentally deficient to think otherwise. Here's a big one. I've seen this one. I've seen people actually comment on this exact post. So that's what I want to do. Alrighty. Mr. How do you even say that? GZ. I whatever. All right. So here's the anti-consumer practices. A review embargo in place until the date of release. A list of pay-to-win items appeared on the store page on the release date. All right. So this kind of verifies what I was hearing rumors of. I don't know if this is true, but if that is, that's a huge negative. That's a huge negative. I feel that is basically false advertising. And I really dislike that. I think that is something that like governments need to get, like, somebody intelligent on this stuff. Pre-order exclusives now unavailable when attached to the release date. Pay to win items, port crystal warp location marker, open a port crystal, set to destination, use a fairy stone to instantly transport your party to the location, wake stone, restore your dead, rift crystals, spend on the store, use to hire pawns, purchase special items, unable to create new character. There's no option to start the game again or delete your current save. Now, again, I've heard that this is not true, that somebody has figured this out. So hopefully we'll figure out how we can get around that. Deleting a save file on your PC, the cloud will replace it. Yeah, this is not good. This is again, just being honest, this is like basic dev stupidity to the absolute max. You either have devs who don't know what they're doing, or you have some idiot that's in charge of them going, oh yeah, do this, like caveman level thinking of, or just, I'm trying to be generous. Like, is it generous to say that somebody's an idiot because they're incompetent? Or is it worse to say that they're malicious, that they're actually malicious? They've come up with a way to screw people over as best as they possibly can. That's a very good question. Right. So, okay. Issues. Lots of them. Here we go. There is in fact a way to delete your save game and start over here. Go to your this is standard Steam installation. Your ID, you go to the remote, you go to Windows 64 save. This will be different if you're working on a 32-bit system. And then don't select the ability for the game to use cloud save data. So we're going to test this. I'm going to test this. I'll update the video in the comments afterwards. Go away. There we go. Right. So just checking some of this. Lots of people having issues. And again, launch day to be expected. If this all clears up tomorrow, great. If it takes months for them to clear this up, bad, obviously. We all remember how Cyberpunk went. That was not good to have to wait over a year, 2 years, right? It was like 2 years before the game was like in a roughly and like in the state that people wanted it to be in on release. That's not good. That is absolutely not good. Okay, more of that. This online cash shop. Again, this is just poison. This is poison for everything that you do. Why on earth would you add this to a single player game? Are you worried that people are going to cheat? Is that what you're worried about? Because I don't know if you know this thing called mods. Like, this is really bad. And now somebody said that this was like an organized attempt to, like, brigade them and like mass downvote. I'm not seeing any kind of like correlation here. It's lots of people complaining about how, microtransactions, $70 game, $80 game, $95 game here in my country, running on really good content, like really good systems, and they're not getting much FPS. One of the mods I did check out improved FPS, so that's good. But again, it's like, it sucks that, modders have to fix the thing that the devs should have. Which is true. Don't buy the game yet. Tons of microtransactions. And what's the other reason? Horrible performance. So it's basically performance and microtransactions. And I have to agree. If they didn't have any of that, this would be like yeah, this is dumb. Dragging up your create your rig too. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So just a lot of this, you know, DRM, microtransactions, performance. It's almost as if you focused on optimizing the game. You didn't add in dumb microtransactions. You would sell and get a much bigger, because like this rating of mostly negative, this is going to hurt them when people are picking up the game. Like Mooney was thinking about picking up the game. We were thinking about picking up a second or a third copy. And right now, when I see this, when I see endless red, with small exceptions, I really wonder. I really absolutely wonder if it's not something that we want to put our time into, And the de novo, de novo is at least it's like not the absolute worst, but it is still really bad. There are DRM tools that I cannot install on my computer because they don't pass my computer. I have software that protects a bunch of stuff on my computer, and it won't allow those things to be installed because it's just too many red flags. It's like 18 different red flags on things like, why is it requesting access to my browser history and my bank accounts? That's not de novo, by the way. That's another one. Like that seems like, again, are they going to be interested in telling you, oh, hey, by the way, that the DRM that we made you install, turns out they got hacked and all of your information got stolen, right? Like it's not always the DRM company that's doing bad things, but this is definitely somebody doing bad things. And this is horrible. But yeah, so I'm going to try this. We got it. I'm going to put some time into it, see what I think of the game. Might not play for a day or two because the performance issues are apparently really bad. And I tried doing a video the other day on a game that's performance issue was just really bad. And the video was it was unwatchable. So we don't want to have that issue. But from what I've heard, the game is fun. Like I've seen the streamers who are playing it and reviewing it, and it looks good for the most part, but seeing these issues, it's not good. It's not good to have this kind of stuff. So whether or not this is like a patch thing, optimization equal bad, is this a fix that's going to come around? Because we've seen games that come out horrible performance, and then they do one update later, and it's like, almost all of the issues go away. Turns out it was just like some bad update code or something like that in the last phase of the development. Which again, like that's understandable that happens. It's not great that it happens, but it is understandable that it does happen because you're burning the candle on both ends before you're trying to get the game out. So yeah, I'm not saying that's what's going on here, but it is something that's like, yeah, that can happen. And if this is all fixed by the weekend, then, it's standard, unfortunate game current, year of, and that sucks, obviously. So yeah, just seeing so much red here. This is just so everybody is upset. Absolutely everybody is upset. And that does not bode well for the game. Oh no. Oh, that is terrible. Made a pawn that looks like my wife. My wife was really impressed, then watched in horror as I threw her character off a cliff. Now I'm sleeping on the couch. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That is not healthy for a relationship. It's not healthy for a relationship at all. No. No. That's no good. Okay, this I've heard some issues with too. FOV and camera being one of the big bosses in the game. Camera control is terrible. But yeah, no, I this 100%. Microtransactions in $100 plus game. Why? Absolutely why? No, 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 no. Not good, not good, not good. Right. Okay. If any of you guys are playing, if anybody is having these issues, if anybody has any kind of optimization helpful hints, there is a DLSS mod on Nexus that does help. Maybe what we'll do is we'll give that a shout, or sorry, give that a try, and I'll see if it works. So if we run into any problems, if there's any of this kind of stuff, if you've run into any problems, run into any of this stuff, if you found any mods that help fix these issues, post them down in the comments. Yeah, this is kind of like, I was hoping to be recording the game tonight, but now that I've seen this, I was like, yeah, we need to get this recorded first so that we can see, WTF is going on here. And also, like, need to make my character 100% perfect before I hit the OK enter button. Otherwise, apparently, I'm stuck with that look again. Maybe there might be a workaround for that. We'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.
Before you go, why not check out some of the other entertaining and enriching gaming content we have here at the Triple S League, like Maximum News, our weekly gaming news podcast hosted by Max Darrett. You'll also find comedy, reviews, and lore videos, and the description has links to our other channels, like Scenometry, where I humorously overthink TV and movies.